Do you believe that Gaza is occupied?
Right now, yeah.
By Israelis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe it's a genocide occurring?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think their response is? So
What do you
technically
mean,
Hamas
genocide occurring on Palestine?
Yeah, so technically Hamas didn't do anything wrong, did they?
They just retaliated.
There you go.
No, but
Listen to me. There's a difference between Zionism and anti-Semitism.
Then build it out for me.
You don't support the state of Israel doesn't mean.
So let me get this straight. You don't hate Jews. You just hate the Jews' right to exist in their homeland.
You're not even Jewish. You can't speak for me.
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second.
You're not black. You want me to exist, right?
Yeah, so that's one of the worst identity politics argument. Just because I'm not something, it doesn't make me wrong.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Today, guys, we're back doing a new video. Today, we're going to be checking out Hamas sympathizers start yelling at Fats. Okay, this is Kirk and Officer Tatum together. It's going to be amazing to watch. A lot of us check the video out together. Let's see how it goes. According to Charlie, kick because he love kicking us. Let's get right to today's video, guys.
I'm an international student. I just wanted to see your point of view on like the international relations that like Trump is dealing with right now regarding like Ukraine and the one in Gaza. Because I recently saw this video. It was kind of disturbing a little bit regarding Gaza, like the way he's like looking into the future. So what do you hold on there? What's your point of view?
I have to say, man, I'm probably biased to a certain degree when it comes to the Gazan-Israeli conflict. I do like the fact that Donald Trump is standing firm and giving us a voice with authority and not being a coward and getting pushed over by all these surrounding countries. I think people know that America is serious about their business and they take us serious, and that makes us more safe with somebody like Trump in office. I agree with Trump on the Ukrainian conflict. We technically, I believe we should have minimal to do with that, to be honest. But there's people that have an argument against that. But I do think that the killing needs to stop. It seems unnecessary. Ukraine has no chance of winning. Not unless anybody somehow believe it. They have absolutely no chance of winning. And if it wasn't for us pouring $400 billion into the efforts to help them, they would have lost a long time ago. And people just getting killed unnecessarily. Also, Zelensky seemed like he crooked his two left shoes. You watch the way he's so pompous and arrogant to come into the White House and beg for money time and time again. The dude seemed like a fundraiser, wearing these costumes and wearing military garb, and he's not fighting anywhere on any military front. So, and I know the drama that has happened with Biden and Ukraine. So all of that is kind of fishy to me. So I like the fact that Trump is saying, look, we need a resolution here. We don't need people to continue to die. Now, I'm gonna get to the bias part when it comes to Israel and Gaza. Now, I believe that the Jews, that land belongs to them. That's what I believe. The reason why I say that is because they've been there before anybody else was there. When you look at the Bible, the biblical history, you talk about Moses. I mean, you go down the list of all these people. In that region, the Jews have occupied. David's tomb and the city of David was all there in Jerusalem. Right outside of Jerusalem is the city of David. All of these figures who were Jews were there before any of the Palestinians were there. Some people can argue that some people were technically Palestinian, whatever. There's biblical prophecy about it. It's their land. There was a war that was fought, they won. Now, let's fast forward to today. When you decide that you are going to kill people, take people hostage, they literally tried to bomb and kill almost every Jew they could, but they have the Iron Dome. That's the only reason why they couldn't do it. Then the retaliation that comes, in my opinion, is necessary. Do I agree in Israel killing innocent people? I don't want that to be the case. I don't think if an IDF soldier is just going out and shooting a kid in the head outside of a coordinated strike, I don't think that that's right. I think that person should be prosecuted. But to think that Hamas can go into Israel, kill people, hold people hostage, then hide behind their citizens and think nothing is going to happen is asinine to me.
I mean, it is a biased topic. Like you said, it's hard to really narrow it down to how you just did, because honestly, when you really look at it,
can you speak up a little bit?
Sorry, when you really look at it, I'm saying 1946 or something around that. That's like Palestinians lived there. You can't just tell me biblical when biblical, like what, biblical.
It was before that.
When we talk about religion, you have people all around every continent. How can you be like biblical? But at that point, There was Palestinian people living there
Well,
in 1946.
Before them,
No, why did the Jews go?
It was Jewish
why
people
did-
that lived there.
No, sorry, sir, but why did the Jews go to Palestine? Even
Well,
to begin with? No, why did they go in the like after the Second World? Why did they go there?
Well, they were forced there.
By who? By the Europeans. So the Europeans up, and then the Arabs just took the fucking blame, right?
I know, but this happens in history. Like when the Jews were there before, how did the Ottoman Empire get
but
there?
that-
From the Romans. It's like the Jews were there, Romans took over,
We're talking
Ottoman
about
Empire
World War
took
II
over.
where,
No, we were talking about the way, I'm saying this is the way it goes. The Jews were overwhelmed and overtaken, and that's when the Romans took over. And
They
then
just
the
lived
Ottoman
in Europe
Empire
all
took
over
over.
Europe, no?
No, I'm saying that like somebody had it, they get defeated, conquered, driven out, then somebody else take over, then somebody else take over, and the Jews are back. That's kind of what happened. And people may not agree how it happened.
In Israel, you're saying
In
it was
Israel,
there?
the land of Israel right now, the state of Israel that's currently there.
Before
And then
it was-
and here's the thing too. I mean, Jordan, the West Bank was Jordan. Nobody had a problem with that. Jordanians owned the West Bank. And then obviously it was somehow between them and Israel, there was a compromise or an agreement. And then the West Bank became the state of Israel. So then the Palestinians have an opportunity to be there. Now I'll say this, it's complicated because I understand the argument where some people think that Palestinians belong there, but it is what it is. People are going to agree to disagree on that.
Sorry to cut you off, but the thing is, like you guys look at it from, because I took history class here, right?
Right.
They look at it from a different perspective. They teaching me in a different way, so you're gonna be taught the way they teach you, and I'm gonna be taught or admire the way they teach it, right?
Which is fair.
Yeah, which is fair, exactly. But all I'm saying is that based off what I've seen, it's like, I'm sorry, but the stuff you're saying is bullshit. Like it's not.
I mean, that's just that's your opinion.
It's not just an opinion because I've seen it.
So let's do this. In Hamas situation, what
Yeah.
should happen?
All right, look at this.
When they go and attack,
You're
kill innocent people and do all that, what should happen as a result?
Have you watched that Bassem Youssef show when he was talking to that one dude, Piers Morgan? Have you watched that one?
No, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, if you ever watch it, you're going to understand that topic a little more because.
No, but do you agree with Hamas's attack on Israel?
No, I don't agree with any type of murder.
So
but
what
the thing
should
is, they've been murdering also before that, but nobody. It's the thing is, when the West, when the West controls the media, right? What's going to be put to the?
But we could let's agree. Let's agree.
Been.
Let's agree. They've been murdering them. They've been murdering them. Let's agree back and forth. Let's say Israel was wrong all these years. If you believe that do you believe that Gaza is occupied?
Right now, yeah.
By Israelis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe it's a genocide occurring?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think their response is? So
What do you
technically
mean,
Hamas
genocide occurring on Palestine.
Yeah. So technically Hamas didn't do anything wrong, did they?
They just retaliated.
There you go.
No. But you didn't catch
this is
me.
the thing, man. Every
me.
person I talk to, they have to admit that Hamas, that they support Hamas.
So you don't think
attack.
the IDF is what they're doing? Do you support what the IDF is doing? I'm not supporting either way, but I'm saying.
No, you are. You just said that.
That's my bad. You ran me, but that's the thing.
No, I just want to know on record. You don't. Do you support Hamas?
No, I don't support Hamas.
Do you think what they did was wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it wasn't. I want to make sure.
No, the retaliation, the idea of a retaliation. I'm not.
What should they do?
Attack when somebody is occupying you, hurting your people. What do you do if you're born around murder and that's all you've known all your life, which is what they grew up in, the situation? Because I'm from Egypt, which means what I see a lot of people, Palestinians, flee their country way before what happened with that Hamas situation. Way before that. So why were they leaving? Was it what, sunshine and rainbows over there? That's why they came over there?
Well, here's the thing.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
Well, here's the thing too. I mean, obviously, they're not accepting in Egypt either.
What do you mean?
Or in Jordan.
Yeah,
or in Syria.
I mean, you know how, because we get aid from you know how hard it is when you're from a third world country and you can't, how am I supposed to take control over a person?
Right.
The president who.
But let's get back to this.
Go ahead.
Let's say, do you agree that Hamas's attack was wrong?
Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
What do you think Israel should do after the attack occurred?
Not what they did.
No. What should they do though?
I mean, not what they do.
What should they do? What can they do?
I don't have a perfect solution for a war.
No, give me one.
What is a
give me
solution
one
to
solution.
war?
Give me
what
one
has
solution.
been the solution for war in history? It's only retaliation, right?
No.
What else happened?
Give me one scenario solution that would have been appropriate.
I mean, the whole thing is up anyway. So what?
No, I'm saying, bro, you got to have a solution. The attack happened. You saying that what they did is wrong. What should they have done?
I don't have one. What's yours? What do you think?
What? I think they should be doing exactly what they're doing.
Killing innocent people?
It's not. See, when people break it down like that. No, listen. When people break it down like that, they think that this happens, which is perplexing to me.
Yeah.
They think that Hamas came over and killed all these people, and they went back, and now Israel's just killing innocent people. Well, Hamas is strategically hiding behind their own people. That's a strategy.
Nah.
They're
You
not.
actually- you actually
Well,
believe
why
in
don't
that?
they fight? Why don't they fight?
You
Why don't
actually
they fight the
believe in that,
IDF at
sir?
the Gaza
With all
Strip?
due respect, you actually believe in that?
1,000%.
That they hide behind 30,000 kids. That's what
They're
doing?
hiding behind all kinds of
Hide
people.
behind kids.
What are they doing then?
And you just bomb.
No,
and
what are
then
they
so
doing?
If you suspect,
Why are they
if
not
you-
fighting at
If I
Gaza Strip?
suspect the killer's here, I'm gonna bond this whole area. Is that the perfect way to deal with something?
It's no perfect way because it's
So you said that's the exact way they should be dealing with.
Yeah, I didn't say it was perfect. I just said it's the way they got to deal with it.
To
And
just
the reason-
go ahead and kill.
Well, look, if you got, which they shown, if you watch anything on IDF's, they show video and everything of them having bunkers,
Go ahead.
tunnels. We know they do tunnels. We know they bombing Israel. If it wasn't for the Iron Dome, they probably kill hundreds of thousands of
the
them.
thing is-
But then if you say a terrorist is in this building right here,
Yeah.
right? And the terrorists have stockpiles of ammunition and all kind of stuff in this building. Yet,
So compared to the IDF, ain't nobody gets that type of stockpile. How you comparing a bunch of terrorists in the desert to IDF soldiers with actual fucking weapons? How do you
so how
compare
did they? How did listen to this? Well, how did they go into Israel and do what they did? If they so unequipped to do anything?
Did you hear about the story? Please. If
Well,
you
you
hear
can-
about the story, it's so unrealistic. They said they just walked in. Did you hear
They-
that?
you
How
know,
does that even make sense
they-
with,
when we-
with the type of security
They
got?
flew in. They flew in, but
Flew. Please look it up.
in many places they flew in. But you can think about
first
this.
attack, the October.
But you can argue that whatever fraud you want to argue about how they came in or not. Do you think they didn't do it?
No, I never said that.
I'm just
agree with
asking.
you. I never said
So
that.
they did it.
Yeah.
We know they did it.
But why is it so amplified when I don't get it because they've been.
Dude,
they've
that was
been do-
egregious.
I get it.
They videotaped it.
But
You
what
can
did
go
the-
and watch
what-
video of them killing and murdering innocent people, shooting them in the head, going into kibbutz. You can
Sir,
see it
but
all
what-
on video.
Sir, but what have the IDF been doing? Why is
I
it, why is
don't
it
know.
only one side?
You
Why is
can
it only
say-
one side from your opinion? I don't get it.
I'm not saying it's one side.
But that's how it
I
makes it
don't
seem
have
because
video.
they've been doing this since 2014.
I don't
and
have
shit.
video of the IDF taking Palestinians and lining them up like this and shooting them in the
Killing
head. I don't have a
Sir,
video.
sir, just
I no,
roll-
listen.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have a
get it, I
video
get it, I
of
get
the
it. I
IDF
truly
going
do.
into Gaza when these people just peacefully doing what they're doing and killing 1,200 people that are just at a doing an event.
I get it.
I don't have that video, but I do see video of them going into Israel and killing innocent people and holding hostage. These people are hostages. Acknowledge that they hold hostages. They still have them. When they release them, they're releasing dead hostages. When you do that, what do you expect Israel to do? They have to respond. And I don't like the fact that children are getting hurt in the process. I don't like that.
Yes,
But they have nothing else to do. This is the tactic that Hamas uses, and everybody should know this unless you're sleeping on a rock. They go out and attack, and then they hide behind their people.
I
They
get
go
it.
into the tunnels. They hide in schools. They hide in all these places so they can't get bombed. And they expect Israel to do nothing so they can recalibrate and do it again. Hamas's entire mission is to eradicate the Jews from the river to the sea. Is that not true?
Sure.
So, what does Israelis have to do in response? And that is to eliminate Hamas forever. And unfortunately, there's people that's going to die in that situation.
I get it.
And hopefully that we can
Yeah.
stop it, and hopefully Hamas is eradicated, and we can go on.
Right.
But this is a religious war that's never going to stop.
I know. It's the Middle East. It's never.
It's never going to stop.
Well, yeah. So
So who ran Gaza up until 2005?
Same thing.
No, Israel did. Israel used to occupy the Gaza Strip. 10,000 Jews left Gaza. The IDF totally withdrew. Why did Israel do that?
You tell me. You're the one at the table.
To pursue peace, because they were promised a peace deal if they got out of Gaza.
And then?
Then Hamas took over as mayor of Gaza, and it's now a hot tub for terrorists, where there are thousands of rockets every
where was
single
the-
month.
Where was the peace that happened after they withdrew?
Exactly. Israel signed a peace accord, and the PA violated it.
But
So this is the way peace.
occupying territory.
They weren't occupying; they got out.
But you just said Israel occupied that territory.
Correct.
In Gaza until they got out. So that's not.
No, but they got out on a condition of peace. So they said, we will get our 10,000 Jews out of Gaza. So 10,000 Jews used to live in Gaza.
Failed to recognize that they were occupying someone's territory, and that's
Well, so who is Gaza's territory? Whose is that?
it's Palestinian.
Egypt. It's been Egypt's for 2,000 years. Okay. So since you understand this, maybe, how did Israel win back that territory?
Sinai deal.
Right. So in the 1967 war, they pushed back Egypt all the way to their borders, and so they gave up the Sinai Desert in pursuit of peace with Egypt. That worked.
That worked.
So then they kept the occupation of Gaza, which there's factories and rolling hills and vineyards, a lot of wealth there. There's 2 million people that live in Gaza, more or less. 10,000 Jews lived on the eastern skirt of Gaza. So in pursuit of peace, in the 2005 peace talks, Israel said, you know what? We want peace. As a condition, we'll get out if you guys have real peace with us. Stop launching rockets, stop building terror tunnels, stop killing our children, all these sorts of things. Are you pro-Hezbollah or?
Can I ask a question?
Sure, happy to.
What formal education do you have?
Plenty.
I mean, formal education. There's like a
If you're going to argue from authority, that's a logical fallacy. Tell me why I'm wrong. Don't tell me how many degrees you have.
Don't ask me to change the conversation.
I'm actually, I would argue I'm more informed because I didn't go to college, and I've traveled the world, and I've met with world leaders, and I've read many books. So tell me,
A lot of minorities that you've met around the world.
how am I oppressive? Can you name one example of how I'm oppressive?
I can name a lot of examples.
Can you name one?
But I'm not
Name one
sure.
example of how I'm oppressive because you just said it.
Literally here telling people that they are wrong about views and their
Well, no, they just don't have facts. Can you tell me one time that I've been wrong about anything I've said? Tell me a time that Israel has launched an offensive war.
to Lebanon.
They didn't. They're attacking Hezbollah. It's within their
It
borders.
was to Lebanon. They don't just attack.
Hezbollah occupies southern Lebanon, which is Iranian funded, is it not?
Really? I had no idea. Thank you for informing me.
Anytime.
That is
Maybe if you
so-
didn't go to college, you would learn more.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
Voila.
Here's the thing.
That's true.
Like IDF is a terrorist organization.
How is the IDF is a terrorist organ?
Yeah. No, according to a lot of people.
Wait, hold on a second. The
Maybe
ID.
not me, but like a lot of countries around.
Why is it that they haven't built a new school or hospital in the last 5 years? Hundreds of millions of dollars pour into Gaza. It's because Hamas runs Gaza right now, and they're a terrorist organization. So Israel got out of Gaza in 2005 in the pursuit of peace. 10,000 Jews were actually forced out of their homes in the pursuit of peace. Gaza got more dangerous. It became a hot tub for terrorists. You know where Hamas's money is being spent? On terror tunnels and rockets being shot towards Tel Aviv. Where were those two rockets shot 2 weeks ago out of? They were shot out of Gaza. Yeah, 2 rockets. Oh, what's the big deal? Yeah, who cares when Jews have rockets shot at them, right? Because Israel is fighting a defensive right for its own national sovereignty. All Israel has done since 1967 is go backwards. All Israel has done.
The UN sent an Asian diplomat, I forget his name exactly what it was, to go investigate crimes against humanity in Gaza. Israel did not allow him to enter Gaza because they said his visa wasn't valid, and that was published in an Israeli newspaper.
Okay, so I'll have to look into that. If that's the case, then I'll say that you're correct. But here's the question, though. So Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East right now. They're practicing democracy. Muslims, Jews, and Christians.
Israeli citizens vote in the upcoming elections then?
Well, they can.
Israeli citizens, no, they can't.
Hold on a second. First of all, many Palestinians in Palestinian Authority, that is in Zone B, not Zone A, can vote in elections. Secondly, here's the question: you want them to be able to vote both in PA elections and Israeli elections? Why hasn't the PA had an election in 12 years? Mahmoud Abbas is a dictator of the PA that uses the money and the aid that we give him to enrich himself. Mahmoud Abbas. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on, but I thought he was democratically elected. So why don't you guys have students against the Palestinian Authority, not students against Israel? The Palestinian Authority.
Palestinian Authority isn't holding guns against Palestinian children.
Palestinian Authority was democratically elected 12 years ago. Mahmoud Abbas has not had any checks and measures against him. In Nablus, he lives in a 25,000 square foot mansion. Here's the bottom line: is that Arabs are better served under an Israeli government than under the Palestinian Authority government. Arabs are. I'm sorry, what? Wait, I'm sorry, what?
When they're in the ground dead, that's where a majority of Palestinians end up.
What are you? A majority of Palestinians end up dead? How dare you say something like that? There's 15.5 million people that live in the Palestinian Authority. Half of them end up dead? So you're trying to tell me that 7.5 million Palestinians have been killed? Is that what you're trying to say?
7.5 million live in the. I've never seen that number.
Well, it's actually 50.5 million is if you count the PA and Israel together. You're right. It's more 6 million in Palestinian Authority, 9.5 million in Israel proper. So it's about 15 combined. So 6 million. So you're trying to tell me 3 million people have been killed? 3 million people have been killed by the IDF? That's not even close to being true. So let me ask.
Listen to me. There's a difference between Zionism and anti-Semitism.
Then build it out for me.
Anti-Semitism again.
So let me get this straight. You don't hate Jews. You just hate the Jews' right to exist in their homeland.
You're not even Jewish. You can't speak for you.
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. That's
You're not black. You want me to exist, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the worst identity politics argument. Just because I'm not something, it doesn't make me wrong.
No, you're not. It's apartheid state of Israel.
That's not in line with conservative politics.
How so?
Because there is no separation of church and state.
Then why can then let me ask you a question. Why can Christians freely practice their religion in Israel? but Jews can't freely practice their religion in the Palestinian Authority.
How are Jews not
practicing it?
What happens if an Israeli citizen goes into a Bethlehem? What happens if a Jew goes into Bethlehem? If a Muslim goes into Jerusalem, they can go to a mosque. That's what happens.
You know what happens at Al-Aqsa? You know what happens?
Al-Aqsa Mosque?
People are turned away because they can't pray in their own place.
Well, hold on a second. They have full access to Al-Aqsa Mosque. I was there myself. I was around 500 Muslims on the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Hold on a second. Jews' heads are cut off in Hebron if they go to Hebron. Jews and Israelis are not allowed in Palestinian Authority. So I was in Hebron 3 weeks ago. You know what happened? If a Jew goes to Hebron, their head will get cut off. Okay, so Jews are not allowed in the Temple Mount. You do know that, right?
No, I'm saying Palestinians, Muslims going into Al-Aqsa.
Right. So
Yes.
it's very hotly debated.
No, actually, when
No,
I
it
was
is.
there, I was praying at Al-Aqsa, and I saw IDF soldiers coming in while I was praying.
Did they stop you? Did they stop you from praying?
They throw like tear gas.
No, they don't. Not the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Did they stop you from praying?
I shouldn't be in
Say
fear
the truth.
while
But they
Did
don't
stop
do what
you
you
from
say they're
praying?
doing. I'm just telling you, it's not true. Did they? But I don't think you're representing
I
reality.
was literally there.
So let me ask a question.
You-
She wasn't there, that wasn't happening, but she understood that it was happening in other times around that moment.
When I
I've
was there, you should not be able to prove your religion. You should be able, if a Muslim
okay.
wants
That's
to-
a really interesting point. So Jews should be allowed on the Temple Mount because the Muslims don't allow them on the Temple Mount right now. So Jordanian control the
But
Temple Mount.
It was since the Prophet Muhammad. It was there since the Prophet
Oh,
Muhammad.
okay. So do you think? Here's the thing. So do you think Jews should be allowed on the Temple Mount?
It's a.
So you don't think it's a Temple Mount? Because if you do, that's the very interesting thing. If
being
you just say it's a
biased.
Temple Mount, I'm putting you admittedly in a very difficult position because Muslims do not recognize it as a Temple Mount.
Right, they recognize it as their place of worship, and it's been that way since the beginning.
No, it's been the Temple Mount since King David. Thank you very much. So, I mean, you could say whatever you wanted to say. It's a huge point. It's actually it's one of the biggest inhibitions of peace. I think that Jews and Muslims and Christians should all be allowed to go to the Temple Mount. Right now, Muslims do not allow Jews to go into the Temple Mount. One rabbi is allowed to go in once a year. That's it. That's the treaty. Why is that? How is that fair? Why are Jews not allowed to go? But I mean, Muslims are allowed to go to their holy sites. You just said you were allowed to go.
Okay, but so people doesn't mean that other people aren't allowed to go.
And if that's the case, then I'll totally denounce it. But you are a living example that you were allowed to go now. So.
This was very interesting to watch. I love every moment of it, especially Officer Tatum talking to that Egyptian guy who was being biased and actually in a way supporting Hamas in a way. Because if you think about it, like Hamas is always hiding behind Palestine. That is also their tactics every time. Hamas is a terrorist organization, guys. They line up Jewish people. October 7th was a massacre. 1,200 people. Killed them. Kidnapped some. And when they had to release the people who they kidnapped, they release them dead. And those are the people that I see some people online supporting Hamas. Whenever they do bad to Israel, to Jewish people, people see it as normal. People don't say too much. Whenever you see people like me and Charlie and Tatum supporting Israel and Jewish people, they call us anti-Semites. Anti-Semites, yeah. Every single time. They say bad things. But what Hamas are doing, they don't talk about it. They see Palestine as a victim. Whereas the same Palestine that they're seen as victim, Hamas is hiding within the mist. Hamas will hide, commit a crime, go hide, regroup, come back and attack. Every single time. So what happened when Israel left Gaza? Because of the peace deal in 2006. They left Gaza. What happened? Gaza became worse than it has been in history. It became worse. Why? Because Hamas took over. The terrorist organization that people are separating took over. Started working on weapons. The country was, or the state, let me call it the state. It was terrible. It was terrible, guys. People won't talk about that one. People always want to criticize people who are supporting Israel, like we're supporting a terrorist organization. Israel, if you check history, they are the original owner of that land. They are the original owner. They were there since the time of David. Even before the time of David, they were there. You could go watch this movie, The House of David. I think it's on Prime. You will see the history. See, Israel is not just starting now. They have been for a long time ago. For a long time ago, guys. And they have always been triumphing every single time. So, these students who came to Charlie Kirk, I'm saying bullshit crap. They said Charlie is not a Jewish person. How does that make sense? They also insulted Charlie that Charlie is not educated, that Charlie didn't finish school. What level of education he is before you can debate them. Does that make any sense to you? I love how Charlie answered every single one of them. They were pissed. They were not coming from a place of good faith. That is what pisses me off every single time. Like, if you see what is happening, people will just keep quiet. Whenever it's Israel that do something, people be like, these people are bad. Whenever it's Palestine or the Hamas, the terrorist organization, people just keep quiet, like nothing really happened. 1,200 people died. 1,200 people. And someone was actually kidnapped. And whenever they release them, they release them dead. And we should just keep quiet about it. So you expect Israel to just keep quiet. Jewish people that have lost a lot of people during the Holocaust, now they're having another issue again in their own land. They should keep quiet. Tell me which country on planet Earth will keep quiet. So when Israel retaliates back, people see them as terrible people. People see them as evil people. Check the IDF page. You see what is really happening. I love how Officer Tatum answered this. Like, if I'm to speak, it will look as if I'm being biased. But check the reality. If Palestine is ready to, really, really ready, I believe that we can fish out this Hamas quickly. Because the Hamas are always hiding when Palestine is. There are groups that came out from Palestine that became a terrorist organization in order to fight against Israel. Hamas' agenda is to wipe out all Jewish people. So let's say the Jewish people right now, Israel, is to drop down all their weapons. Hamas will clear them now. Hamas will kill them on an instant. Okay, let's say Hamas is to drop out their weapon. They'll all be arrested. And there'll be a peace deal. As simple as that. This war will stop. There'll be a peace deal. But no one will talk about it. If they see an Israel flag right here now, you see a lot of people who will be saying different things about me. He's anti-Semite. He's a terrible person. He supports the Jewish people. They're the ones that are killing people. How educated are you to speak on the Jewish people? I've watched videos of people supporting Hamas. I was marveled. I was shocked. Like, do you guys know who you are supporting? Do you guys know how terrible and horrifying Hamas are? I see some people also, just pride people, walking on the streets, carrying Palestinian flags, or support Palestine. Whereas the same people who are carrying a flag, if you go to any Arab country, they will throw you off a building. All these pride people, they will throw you off once because their religion does not support you. I love how Charlie answered every single one of them here in a very respectful manner. This war has been in a long time ago, and it's still continuing. The only way we can end this war is to come to one state solution. Palestine and Israel to come together. Hamas should be eradicated. They should be killed or imprisoned. That is the best way. Whether people like it or not, is the truth. It sounds in a different pattern, in a different way you might not like. Okay. But that is the only way we can do this. There's no country on earth that will ever be happy. 1,200 people died in one day. That's horrifying. And you see videos where they line them up and kill them, like pure massacre, bro. It's terrible. When a Palestinian person die, the news carry, people talk. When an Israeli person die, comment down below, think about this video. I love Charlie. I love also Tatum. I love how they handled this entire discussion in a very matured way. So subscribe to our channel, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video as many as you can, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.